Okay. Okay.
Well,
Oh, good.
here we go. Welcome, race fans. I'm having some major issues over here, but we're getting it going. Welcome, race fans. Tonight, we got the Monday Night Thunder Championship Series and the Icebreaker as they take to the track of Daytona International Speedway. This is for 60 laps. I have Brendan in the booth, who actually Brandon, man, it's good to have you here. Sorry about your luck earlier tonight, man, but it is good to have you up here with me, bud.
Yeah, wish I could be racing right now, but it was a fun run, and I'll have the opportunity up here to join you in the booth. We could call the race.
Yeah, it should be very, very interesting as these guys, you know, they will take to the track here for 60 laps. Like I said, we have several things to go over, folks. Sorry about everything going on earlier, just technical issues and everything. So we're going to step away though and play the national anthem real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll go over everything that needs to be going over. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
please rise. Please remove your hats.
It happens. Andrew has them a lot too, so.
Can you see
One of the races we were
by
scheduled
the
for, his computer actually
dawn's
crashed like before we were supposed to start. So
what so
that was an interesting day.
proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alrighty, folks, we are back. We are back here, live. These guys, looks like they are in a drivers' meeting, Brendan. So we'll go down through the icebreaker lineup for this evening. I actually have a picture I want to bring up for everybody to for the lineup. There it is, folks. There's your lineup for this icebreaker. The two you don't see down there are the last chance qualifiers, David Heisen and the 711 machine, and Jared Wishin in the 96 machine. Those two are the qualifiers who made it into the this race tonight. So it is going to be an exciting race. What do you expect, Brendan, from
We
this
take you
race
down onto the track
going
for our
into,
opening ceremonies.
For the 60 laps that they're doing, bud?
Well, a lot of these guys know each other. There's a few different groups here that they like to battle it out week in and week out. A couple teams that have a couple really quick drivers in the race, so I think we'll see a little bit of battling between the two of them. But besides that, I expect we'll probably see a pretty clean race. Besides that, a lot of really good drivers in here, so overall should be a pretty fun one to watch.
Yeah, it should be very interesting to watch, and turn that up just a little bit too high there. Of course, each driver in this series, apparently, from what I have been told, has paid a fees of different kinds to race in the league. So it's the different way that they do things, which brings it all out, which is very, very, very interesting. And it's going to be nice to see something different. But as these guys line up and get ready to rock and roll, we'll go over everything. Those that didn't make the field, they get hardship points equal to last place for the qualifying attempt. I guess that goes on throughout the whole season. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Most of the times, a lot of times you'll see the hardships come up is if some people, they can't make the races for work-related things or family stuff like that. Obviously, real life comes first in the league here, so we try and give everybody a fair chance towards the end of the year at having a shot at the win.
Well, all right. I mean, it's gonna be fun to watch, and of course, they'll get going here in a little bit, folks. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to go over. Of course, I know they're going to want me to interview the pole guy and everything. So as soon as I get the word, I'll get the people up here that needs to be interviewed. We've got about 20 minutes left of this whole thing. I'm not sure exactly what time they want me to do that, but we'll get to it, folks. So stay tuned, and I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. I know in a lot of parts of the country it's cold. Some parts it's warmed up, but it's NASCAR season starting up here in the next week or two. So hope everybody's gonna get ready and buckle down and enjoy that, because that is gonna be fun. So. This is going to be, I'm a little nervous because this is my first time broadcasting for this league. So I hope everybody enjoys themselves. Let's see here. We have, I don't know exactly how many people we have going on in chat, but if you're tuning in, guys, I hope y'all enjoy the race and everything. Brendan, is there anything you would like to add in before they get this show on the road?
I can give some more info, I guess, maybe on the league and all that. So it's the NMNTS Racing League. Do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Eventually there'll be some Wednesday stuff with dirt, but it's basically super late models. The trucks is the premier season, which is what we're doing tonight, obviously, and then at the end of the trucks, giving away a $2,300 computer. So that's a pretty cool prize to win. But yeah, basically we're all pretty much booked up besides that, but we do a lot of racing almost all week, so it's a big family here at the NMNTS, really.
Second flag.
All right. Well, they're getting lined up here. Of course, they're going into. There is no qualifying because they do have everything lined up.
Second flag.
The race. So as they get ready to rock.
Caution somewhere. Caution.
Heading now. So we'll get to the grid here, folks. And I do not know why it's put them there, but it did. So here we go, folks. Here is your lineup, and it actually did work. So we're cool with that. I will go through the top 10, Brendan, and then I'll let you do the last little bit of them. But of course, on pole, we got Spence Thompson. I almost called him Thomas. Spence Thompson going on the pole. Outside of him, it's Andrew Cardinelli.
Caution somewhere. Caution.
Starting in third, Bradley Wilson in fourth, Ryan Broderick in fifth, Zach Lindergren in sixth, Mike Bruno in seventh, Jason Alexander.
Caution somewhere. Caution.
Larson Jr. in ninth, and Matthew Walzenbach will be 10th. Go ahead and do the last of them, Brendan.
Alrighty, after Walzenbach will be Tyler Justice, followed by Blake Falone, then David Levine, Craig Learman, PJ Popham, Aiden Young, Terry Mason, Jackson Allen, and the two that made the show are David Heiza and Jared Wishart.
Well, alrighty, folks, we got everybody lined up. Of course, I think our TVO had a glitch there because it had them in not the correct order. But, I posted that earlier about what order they were going into. So that's the order that you see them on this pace lap. But as they get underway here, they will be pulling in to race here at a Daytona for 60 laps. This should be a fun, interesting race. Your predictions this evening, Brendan?
A couple guys I'd like to see winning, and a few of these guys here are my teammates like Jackson Allen and Andrew Cardinelli, so I'd like to see them maybe have a shot at it. But as I mentioned before, I think there's a really good group of drivers. Like, this is probably the select out of the whole league here, what you got, so I think it should be a really fun one to watch.
Yes, sir, Brendan. It should be very interesting to watch as they make their way around turn 4 The pace car will be diving off here pretty shortly, and we will be underway. Green flag racing here at Daytona. Pace car dives in.
Ready, green, green, green,
flag
green.
is out. Lap 1 of 60. Green flag racing here for the Monday Night Thunder Championship Series, the BA Graphics. This is going to be a hard-fought race between these battles. They get all lined out for position. Man, it's going to be fun as they are down. Oh, boy, we already reckon.
Caution somewhere, caution.
59 involved. It originally started with Andrew and not quite catch the other one. I think the 32 of that would be Mark Broderick, I believe.
As we go back and take a look at this, folks, this was on the start of the race. We're going to zoom in here. We're going to zoom in as close as we can to see exactly what happened on this start of the race. Not a very good start for these guys. I'm sure that is not what they wanted being live to start off the season. Well, it looked like a net coating there that started the whole thing. Just net coating issues, and then, of course, it went downhill from there. But, of course, I'm not an admin. I am just the guy calling the race up top, and I see it. And, of course, they see something different probably down there. If not, they will call it like they see it. And we'll just go from there. But that is what happened, folks. To me, it looked like some net coating has caused that wreck. What did you see on your end, Brendan?
For me, I looked a bit net code myself. I didn't think they quite made contact, but it looked like the 51 of Bradley Wilson kind of got into the back of Andrew's car in the 22 there, and that kind of unsettled him, and he unfortunately lost a little bit and came down on Mark Broderick in the 32. And then Broderick got caught up in the grass and kind of pushed Andrew back up into the pack there. I think they were trying to keep it on the apron and just follow it back and keep going, but unfortunately it came back up and then right into the 59 of David Levine, so that collected a lot of people from there. So unfortunately, it's not really a great start to it, but hopefully we can still have a good race from here.
Hopefully we can have a good race from here. Of course, I'm sure that is not what they wanted to do. Start out as a caution. Of course, I will not be interviewing anybody right now, as I'm sure there's some pretty upset people down there on the track.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So we'll give them a minute to kind of collect themselves and maybe get back going again, and hopefully have a better restart than what they did. Of course, you know, there are, you know, several cars, and I did not bring up the driver, but there we go. Spence Thomas in the number 89 machine, you know, has led the 2 laps that they've only pulled out. They're on lap number 3. Jared Beasley will be right behind him. Mike Bruno, Jason Alexander, and Gordon Larson Jr. That will be your top 5 right now. Some of these guys choosing not to pit, you know, for that caution. But oh man, that's a tough break for some of these guys who just wanted to have a good race, and you know, on the start, you know, that's what happens. But good luck to everybody out there. It's it's rough, I tell you. You know, Daytona, Talladega, and I've brought this up many times too, Brendan, that Michigan is, you know, it is a speedway track, but you might want to put it as a super speedway as fast as they go, like Daytona and Talladega.
Yeah, definitely. Fortunately, had a pretty similar incident with Talladega. We didn't quite make it a full lap, and we had another incident there, so hopefully we can get this squared away for the actual season beginning next week, because Daytona, it's a fun track to watch when you got a whole group of people drafting with each other super close like that, and hopefully we can keep some cars in it tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, keep some cars going and rocking and rolling. Of course, you know, they, from what I understand, we'll go down through some of this information that I have received from the admins and the league owners about the league. Of course, you know, each truck has paid a licensing fee to run in the league. Maybe you could verify the fee and all that stuff. I'm not sure exactly what that fee is, but the league itself is paying out, from what I understand and what I was told, over $5,000 in total in cash and prizes. What do you think about that, Brendan?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I hit on the grand prize a little earlier. It's a $2,300 gaming computer that Spec PC is gonna offer away for the winner. Then from that, I believe it's just cash from down there. But $5,000 is a pretty good amount to win. And you mentioned on the licensing fees, it was only $50 to license the truck, and then we also did another fee for if you wanted to be guaranteed a spot. That was a charter basically. If you want to be guaranteed a spot in every race, that was another $10. So basically, for $25, you have a good shot at winning almost a $2,300 gaming PC. So definitely, the odds are pretty well in your favor there.
Yes, sir, it sure is. Of course, we've got everybody blinking. I don't think that's me, folks. I do believe that's iRacing because I have a pretty good fast internet connection. So I hope everything's going on okay. But as we get down here, pace car lights are off. Brendan, why don't you get them going?
Alrighty. So obviously, Spence Thompson's still on the pole, or in the lead. Excuse me. He had the pole. Jared Beasley's gonna be his outside. A teammate of his is going to be in the inside row behind him, Mike Bruno there, and then Mason Alexander's lights are out. Pace car getting ready to pull in, and it does now.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And they go right away. Our first three starts get on the green, but then after that it's leader's choice here, so Spence decided to go right away. So they're already starting to get ready to form up here as we go into turn one.
Well, alrighty, folks. Yeah, good job, Brendan, by getting them going again. Hopefully they better start on that one than they had on the first lap. We've already got green drivers out of this race: Matthew Walzenbach, Aiden Young, and Blake Salone. Unfortunately, just could not keep their vehicles, on the track. Got caught up in that incident. The first wreck on the start of the race. But these guys are still out here neck and neck, nose to tail, side by side. Spence Thompson still leading the pack very easily in the number 15 machine on the outside of him. Losing a little bit of ground, but he still has a very, very fast run. Jason Alexander behind him, pushing him back into the field, though, as they kind of get lined out, but still going 2 by 2. Bradley Wilson, number 51, is behind the number 85 machine. So these guys are still going 2 by 2. Close to 190, 191, 192 miles an hour. It's fast.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. We usually can do a pretty good job of keeping them side by side like this, and eventually I think we will see some 3-wide action here for them. Probably not quite this early. It'll be a little bit later on in the race when they need to start really pushing to try and get a win out of it. But they did a good job. Like I said, it sucked to see the beginning, but so far from here we've put on a pretty good show.
Yes, they have. There may not be a whole lot of trucks out there on the track compared to what the regular season would hold, but there still is a lot of vehicles out there for having for the BA graphics for what y'all got going on here. Of course, coming back here into the field, number 22 of Andrew Cardinelli, who was in actually the broadcaster earlier, is actually in this race. He is pushing number 75 of Terry Mason. So they have fallen back to 12 and 13. David Levine back here all by himself in 14th, and Ryan Broderick also back here in the number 32 by himself. So back in front, though, we have a battle for the lead. Jared Beasley and Spence Thompson going neck and neck to lead the lap. And Spence Thompson has already led all 7 laps. He is going to lead more as he keeps going. Man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's me or everybody's blinking and going nuts. Are you seeing that on your end?
It's not happening for me. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that may just be my end, but I'm sure my internet's fine, but we're having a little blinking. We're still here live from Daytona for a BA graphics connection, which shouldn't happen. We'll work around that, but Jared Beasley, man, still fighting to lead a lap. That's all he's wanted to do is just lead a lap. Jason Alexander now pulling the number 5 machine up right directly behind number 15. Jared Beasley wanted him to lead the lap. Man, they are still jostling for position.
Yeah, you see a lot of the times momentum goes to the higher line coming out of the straights, and I think they'll probably have it cleared coming into 3 here, but then the bottom side starts to pick in coming in the corner. They have the shorter way around the track, but then you get the better drive off on the high side, so it's a battle out. And it looks like Spence has so far, like you mentioned, been able to hold him off at the line, but Beasley is leading the race coming into the corners, though.
Yes, sir. You know, he's still wanting to lead laps, lead more and more laps. Still has yet to lead a lap. You know, him and Spence Thompson are just still neck and neck right there. You know, who's gonna win the race though? That's the thing. Who is going to cross the line at the checkered flag? Of course, we know. I was told earlier that this race. Let me pull this up here real quick. This race they will be doing something a little differently. Something about they'll be doing a halfway point.
Yeah, I think there's a stage break. I'm not 200% informed on this. Obviously, the 60 laps, you're not going to be able to do one fuel run off of that, so that'll be a good opportunity for everybody to top up the tanks and get some fresh tires then.
Yes, I have found it. I did write it down. The first segment's a segment race. The first segment is 40 laps. Pit road will be closed on lap 38, and then they will do the 20 laps to the finish. So I did write it down. I just had to find it.
Up ahead, Jared Beasley, though, he got shuffled out and they went wide for a little bit going down the back stretch. He's going to bring up the back of the pack now. As Spence Thompson's really starting to pull away, as that high line's starting to unfurl a little bit there, but looks like they're getting everything sorted back out again.
Yes, they are. You know, Jared Beasley did get pushed back, but you know he's still in the line, the pack of cars, and still in the draft. So Jared still has a chance to catch up and maybe get the win as they come around for lap 12. They're on lap 12 now. They'll be on 13 as they cross the strike. It's still a long race for these guys. Still a long race for these guys.
Yeah, and arguably that's the better position to be in, because usually the leader gets left to dry there as we come to probably four or five to go. That's usually when they start to make their moves, and unfortunately if you're leading the race a lot of times you just get left hanging.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I know you really wanted to be down there racing with these guys. Of course, they are coming up on live traffic right now. Who is that they are coming up on? That would be Ryan Broderick, and Ryan Broderick just gets out of the way and just let them guys go around him.
Yeah, it's another thing we've definitely worked on in the league is, you know, being courteous as a lap car to just let everybody get through, not really race for your losing the lap there. And obviously that's Daytona here like this. If he was to be in the middle of the track or something and have to have the whole pack split him or something like that, that'd probably lead to a caution.
Yes, sir. I mean, it probably would be. So a lot of respect given from the lap car to the leaders. The two lap cars we have are Ryan Broderick in the number 32 Tide machine and David Levine in the number 59 machine. See if I can get zoomed down on him on what he has on his sponsor, Strong. He's got a Strong machine. Looks like he's got some rear end damage on his car.
Yeah, unfortunately he got involved in that first incident. He actually, I don't know if you know about David, he's a former ARCA driver, and he actually did a couple races in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, so he's a real life race driver, so it sucks to see him get taken out so early from this. But
oh wow, honestly, I did not know that. Excuse me, folks, I did not know that. Well, Bryce Radcliffe, you have missed some exciting racing. They did not have the start that they wanted to. Lap 1 actually on the start, they had you know, an unfortunate incident which took out four really good drivers. You know, Matthew Balzer might be one of them. Aiden Young, I know him. Blake Malone, and looks like Jackson Allen has also taken his car behind the wall. What happened to Jackson?
he also unfortunately got involved in that. Him and David Levine were kind of sandwiched almost into the top wall there in that incident, so I think it's just everybody's starting to maybe overheat and blow the motors and stuff like that. I don't quite know, but on tonight that we don't have anything for it. The pack is now up to, believe that's David Levine up ahead.
We've got Jason Alexander, who has led his first lap. The number 59 of David Levine gets out of the way as the Blues come around, and they are 3 wide coming around to the line. Who will lead? Oh, man, number 43 and the 5 touching, and we're wrecking.
19 or
Caution somewhere, caution.
Zach Lindgren and Spence Thompson gonna get out of that one. I didn't see for everyone else.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to ride along with Jason Alexander here, and we're actually going to go on the well, let me see if I can do it. We're going to actually go in the cockpit view and kind of watch and see what happened, and then maybe we'll go on to something else and see exactly what happened, or we can go to gyro. How about that? All right, folks. Well, we're going to watch this real quick and see what happened to Jason. Of course, you know, it's going to blink on me, but, you know, as they come around the corner here, of course, the lap car does get out of the way, as you guys can see, and then, of course, they go three wide right before they go to the line, and it's you know, all downhill from there. Of course, it looks like he gets kind of touched, maybe a little bit of neck coating there, not sure what happened, and then he goes down and collects the number 19, the number 89, the number see who is that? The 7-Eleven machine of David Heise gets hit, and boy, a lot of cars involved. The 00 gets spun. The number 15, who's the number 15? Jared Beasley also involved in that a little bit. So man, probably another incident I'm sure they did not want to see.
Yeah, I think unfortunately that leaves us about 2 trucks that are not damaged in any way so far. So. Not looking like a too great of a start so far, unfortunately, but reminiscent kind of almost the incident I just had just about an hour ago, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately for these guys, you know, I'm sure that they did not want another caution. Of course, that is the second caution for this evening, and a mandatory caution will be thrown on lap 40. Lap 38, pit road will be closed, as we went over earlier. I hope everybody is enjoying the race tonight. Of course, I don't have the best of camera angles. I'm still learning how to do all that. But as they come down pit road is busy. Good call for these guys doing this a little bit early, even though they're going to have a mandatory caution to come out on lap 40.
Yeah, I think for a lot of these guys, it's just getting whatever damage they can fixed. That way they have a better shot at being able to draft still. But yeah, I mean, it may be worth it to at least pick up some tires here, be a little bit quicker. I don't know, and filling the tank up will take the spoiler out of the air a little more weight behind the cab, I guess you could call it. So it may help him go a little bit faster, but I think a lot of this is just strategy for getting the damage fixed.
Exactly. Well, I think under caution here, we're going to pull somebody up here in the booth real quick. Maybe get a word in with somebody. Trying to figure out who we want to talk to. Of course, we talked to David Heise, you know, in the ice break in the last chance qualifier, and then he actually won that race. So he made it into the race tonight. So I'm not seeing. Let's see here. Who do we want to bring in? I do have a question. Is Mark Broderick and Ryan Broderick the same person?
Yeah, they I forget who registered the account, but I believe it's 2 brothers that use the same account. So sometimes it's one person, sometimes it's the other. I believe it's Mark that does the league though. So.
Okay, I'm not sure who that is. We'll get him into the same.
User was moved to your channel.
This is Josh from the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I'll see you're coming down pit road. We'll let you come down pit road, and then we'll talk.
Oh, you're good. You can go right now.
Oh, okay. Well, man, the icebreaker, probably not. I know it's not the start that y'all wanted at the very beginning of the race. Just, you know, tell me kind of about what happened, what was going through your mind at that present time, bud.
I'm not really sure what happened. Great, and going in the turn, and the next side of me, and I'm getting run into the rear, so I'm not really sure what happened, but I don't know, it's kind of a bummer this early in the race that this much trucks that might be able to get a win out of it.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, yeah, it is not, you know, not the best start I'm sure that anybody wanted, but you know, you guys are trying. You know, y'all have knocked out almost 20 laps. Y'all are under caution, you know, here again. Any plans going into the mandatory yellow flag coming up on the lap 40?
Yeah, I mean, there's only going to be about, I think, 6 trucks that are competitive. I'm not really sure if I'm one of them because I haven't been in the drafts for about 15 laps now. I don't know, I'll probably just pit either way, ride at the back, and hope it happens up front.
Well, all right, Mark. Well, we'll let you get back to it, bud. Thanks for talking, and, you know, good luck, man.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alrighty, folks. That was Mark Broderick. And, man, in the number 32 time machine. Of course, he's got a plan. You know, we've seen how plans work out for some and, you know, doesn't work out for others. But I guess we'll see, you know, how it works out for everybody out around here. You know, they still got, you know, 40 laps to go. So, and the lights are off on a pace car, so we'll be going back green next time by. Jake Lindgren will be leading the way to the green flag. Bradley Wilson in second, Spence Thompson in third, Tyler Justice in fourth, and let's see here, the number 96 Jared Wishin will be in fifth. So that's your top 5. Why don't you go ahead and get them going again, Brendan?
Alrighty, as we start patrolling down the backstretch here, the cars that still look pretty clean, I think it goes to Zach Lindgren so far. Spence, he was leading, so he made it out just fine out of that one. Tyler Justice as well, he looks good, so I think these guys will probably form up quick and just pull away from everybody else. There may be a couple. Jared, I believe, yeah, he looks pretty clean as well, so those guys may form up on the bottom and just start to pull away, and unfortunately I think that'll leave the rest of the guys out to dry. Hopefully the little more damaged guys can hook up to and have something maybe for them, but I don't know if they'll be able to hold on to the rolling through 3 and 4 here. Still just waiting on the car to pull in as we get towards the front stretch now. These 2 on the front row here is our teammates, so I think
Ready,
they're
green,
probably
green,
gonna
green.
go as we go right away this time. Zach Lindgren keeping it on the bottom, and they have in their respective lanes until they cross the checkered finish or the start-finish line. That's one of the rules in the league. So from here on out, they can spread out, do whatever they want. We see so far already the 85 and the 89 have hooked up. They're also teammates as well, and they're already starting to pull away though, because I think they just have this. Bradley Wilson's got some rear end damage.
Well, the thing about Superspeedway racing is I don't know what's going on with if it's our racing or if it's my internet, but you know they're blinking out. But you know we're still here. I mean we're still live. It's just blinking when it comes back. But yeah, 85 and the 89, they seem like they are going to be pulling away a little bit. But you know they got the 96 of Jared right behind them, and you know he's trying to keep up with the 89. You know, best thing on a Superspeedway is to have a teammate or 2 or 3 or 4 even, you know.
Yeah, just coming out of turn 4 there, the 22 and the 43 got hooked up together. Luckily, both got it back going again, but we almost had another caution there.
Well, all right, yeah, the number 22 being Andrew Cardinelli back here in the Toyota machine there. He is trying to catch up with the 32 of Ryan Broderick. He's about 9/10 of a second. He's right at a second now behind Ryan. So maybe hopefully somebody can catch up, you know, maybe pick him up, get him back up there, back up front. And the number 85 machine is Zach Lindgren. I'll get his name right correctly. They're still 3 wide with the 89 caught in the middle. Has nobody to help him push. Do you think that'll hurt Spence? I mean, he's getting the side draft off of all the vehicles around him, and he's staying really close to him, you know, staying right with him.
Yeah, that's his best bet, is just pulling side drafts. So as we see, he comes a little bit closer to the inside line here. Obviously, being the driver's side, it's a little more easier to judge where you're at there. Is it not quite going to help him out here? He's going to get shuffled back, and I believe he'll take the low line. That's going to be... Oh, he is going to side the high line. Bradley Wilson in between Tyler, or above, in front of Tyler Justice Sr. There is his teammates. He may try and help him out.
Yeah, these guys battling up front. You know, this is the
7th wall. Able to keep her going, but that's going to cause him to lose a whole bunch of momentum there.
Yeah, that 5-car pack just now became a 4-car pack. Tyler Justice unfortunately hit the wall, and I'm sure he's got some significant damage on that right side truck. He hit that wall really hard, but it looks like he's going to be caught up to the number 43. Is going to actually catch up to him, but it looks like the 7 of Tyler Justice is just going to let the 43 go around him, as well as the 32 of Ryan Broderick. So, you know, respect given. You know, it's a tough break for Tyler, but, you know, still quite a bit of laps left for Tyler to, you know, show what he can do and maybe pull out a win here if they cross the line. Zach Lindergren, Jared Wishin, Bradley Wilson, and Spence Thompson, that would be your top 4. And then back a ways from them, you've got, you know, 2 other vehicles, Craig Lerman and Ryan Broderick, you know, together, and then the number 7 of Tyler Justice, who was just talking about Terry Mason, and the number 75. We got a 4-car pack right here, so we got kind of 2 packs of cars going on together. And then a little bit further ways back, Andrew Cardinelli still all by himself. Has nobody to help him, but you know, he's going to pass up the 7-Eleven machine of David Heiza, who, you know, as I said earlier, won the last chance qualifier race, and which got him in here, and he's just not having a very good race right now, Brendan.
Yeah, definitely a tough break. I think that goes for a lot of drivers here. Unfortunately, though, it's but that's kind of just the nature of super speedway racing. When everybody's so close together, it's even some minor incidents can collect a whole bunch of trucks.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch you know, super speedway racing. John Marine, I appreciate that for jumping onto the channel. It's you know, an honor to broadcast for you know, for this league. You know, I got the opportunity and the chance to broadcast for him to kind of help out, and I've got, you know, many thank yous. Of course, I'm still learning. I'm still fairly new at broadcasting, but as we get to play-by-play and, you know, everything, keeping up. But, you know, so far so good. They've been green flag racing, got a couple of packs going on right now. Just, you know, they're kind of leveling everything out right now. Probably waiting for that segment to end.
Yeah, that'll be the next chance that anybody behind him will have with being able to stay formed up in the group. We see Bradley Wilson, he's managing with his damage to stay up front. I think he's just getting lucky because it's all rear end like that, and it's nothing really crazy. But I don't know if anybody else will really be able to hold the draft with them, even if they get sandwiched in between 2 good trucks there.
Still leading the pack. He has led 11 laps so far. The only one that's led the most, you know, after him, that's led the most laps right now is Spence Thompson in the number 89 machine, but he is still right there with that pack of cars. He is behind Bradley Wilson in the 51. You know, you have Zach Lindgren, Jared Wilson, Bradley Wilson, or Jared Wishin, Bradley Wilson, and Spence Thompson all together. Just, you know, pretty much following each other. 29, they'll be coming to lap 30 as they cross the line, folks. Of course, they will be coming up on a lap mark momentarily. That would be the number, I can't catch that part. Who is that?
Lap 19 to Mike Bruno there.
Yep, 118 to Mike Bruni. Yeah, 100. It looks like he is having some truck issues right now. He just cannot get to speed 140 miles an hour. He's not. He's having a very, very tough day as it is. You know, as well. I'm sure this is not the race he wanted either.
Yeah, unfortunately, still being able to put on a decent show up front. Good battle for out of 4 there. They're thinking about going too wide there, but I think right now with just being a 4-car pack, the momentum, you're just better off sticking in one line. But Bradley Wilson is going to try and push it to the outside here. Let's see if he has anything for Zach Lindgren as we come up to some more lap traffic. Traffic can go way high. I believe that's the 7-Eleven again. Highs a little bit into the wall there. We have another truck up ahead.
David Eisen, 7-Eleven, you know, moved it high, but got a little bit too far up there and hit the wall and brought it back down below the yellow line. So, and no caution, but, you know, they have 30 laps to go.
Oh.
Oh.
Beasley there, he did not give any room, forced Lindgren down on the 8 there to make the pass.
Yes, they did, you know, and, you know, that's probably something I'm sure the admins, of course, I'm not an admin, folks, but I'm sure they'll be discussing that later on. But, you know, like I said, I'm not an admin. I'm just a guy up here calling the race, you know, giving everybody a good show. Hope everybody's enjoying it. Like I said, I'm not a pro at broadcasting. And like I said, I don't have the best cameras, you know, possible that you can make for iRacing. I'm still learning that whole aspect. But as they cross the line here, it'll be 29 laps to go. And, you know, right now, Zach Lindgren has led the most laps with 15, but Spence Thomas is still right there with them with 14. I mean, what do they have in store for each other?
Yeah, I don't know. At the moment, you're just better off, I think, just carrying the momentum, working down the laps right now. We're getting pretty close to that stage break. We only got, will be 7 to go when we come to the line this time. I think just settle in line. There's nothing really for stage points here. Normally in the league race, there will be stage points that are awarded out to the top 10. So I think they'll just sit in line and just push from here until we get to the competition yellow.
Yeah, that competition yellow will be coming out on lap 40. Of course, like I keep saying, on lap 38, pit road will be closed. That's going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, what do you do before lap 38? Do you pit?
I wouldn't think so. I think a lot of people took service already when we had that last caution, so I think everybody will be good till 40, and I think from there on out they'll just top off, and that'll be it for the race.
You know, I'm still learning all these guys' names. Sorry, racers, if I'm butchering your last name or first name. I'll learn over time. Like I said, I was nervous coming into the night, you know, because I know this league is a big league. They have a lot of people backing them, as you well know, Brendan. I just hope, you know, I'm doing and I'm giving what they want, and you know, putting them out there on the you know, showcase. And boy, the 85 of Zach Lindgren almost lost it below that double yellow line. Not a place to be.
Yeah, definitely not. More lap gear. That really is the 59 David Levine there. That it is come through. I don't know quite what happened there. He kind of rode up the track a little bit. Maybe to pull a little bit of side draft. I don't know. And we have the 22 Andrew Cardinelli coming up here. They are friends here between him and Zach, so I don't think he'll be in competition here. And then they're aligned with Bradley Wilson and Spence as well. He's as well going to try and get a little bit of air or something to stick with the pack, but I think the damage is too much for him right now.
Yeah, there is some damage on Andrew Cardinelli's car, and Andrew, man, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, man. It is, you know, I said it the best way I could. But, you know, he has nobody to work with. Maybe if he could get somebody behind him to push him, that damage may not be coming a factor. Do you think that would help Andrew if he could get somebody behind him that has no damage to help push?
Yeah, he's got a fairly clean nose, which is what's helping him, and that's kind of what Bradley has going on as well. It's all of his damage is basically just focused to the rear. Unfortunately, the spoiler's beat up and been up in the air a little bit too high for him. That's what's dragging him down and not really having anybody to work with, as he mentioned, doesn't really help. I think a clean car behind him may put him back in it. I don't quite know how this caution is going to work, whether we get wave rounds in that for the lucky dog, but if he can get back on the lead lap and have a good car or a good truck behind him, I think he may still have a chance at something.
Yeah, I'm not sure if how that works on the getting the wave around or anything, but you know, I believe they have about 5 laps to go before the caution will be called, because they'll have about 20 laps left, you know, for the end, you know, for the end of the race, and you know, they're jostling for position up here, but no points are at stake. That's one of the things we was discussing earlier, Brendan, is there's no points really at stake here, right?
Yeah, it's not an actual like on-season sanctioned event or anything like that. It's just a pretty much a fun run. So what I'd like to see out of the guys here, just to be able to race with each other and have a good time.
I called this race. I was talking to Ken, you know, getting everything set up. I was talking to Ken, and it's basically a race, you know, kind of a what you call a bonus race for these things. You know, the 25 trucks purchase charters that guarantees them into points events. You was going over that earlier today. The 2 past champions get championship charters. That would be the number 89 of Spence Thompson. I told Ken I was going to give, you know, go run down through this, and so the number 89 of Spence Thompson, who won in 2016, and the defending champion in the number 7 machine, Tyler Justice. So those two, will give them 2 shout-outs, the 2 champions. This is the 3rd annual run of the BA Graphics. Was confirmed on that. The last 5 spots on there are timed. That's to get in the race. So
Yeah.
So you know, man, it's the way they do things is a little bit differently. Something that I'm gonna definitely have to get used to as the season progresses.
Yeah, some interesting rules, but I think when you really sit down and think about it, it makes sense, and it promotes a little bit better driving out of guys. And it's a regulated field too. There's no real people coming in mid-season and all that this year, so it's just, you can get used to everybody you're driving around, and you'll be able to have a better feel at who's who and how they drive. So I think it'll promote a lot better racing, especially when you come late season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are right. Of course, there's still a battle going up. 22 laps to go. I believe after they cross the line here, if it's not already, the pit road will be closed.
Yeah, I do believe it was. Yeah, right now.
Caution somewhere, caution.
So right at 40, we're gonna throw it, not at the completion of 40. So this will be the competition yellow.
Competition yellow is thrown, and I do have a chance to interview some more drivers as they go get lined back up here. We'll let everybody get lined up first before we do this, folks, because we're gonna have to catch the pace car.
Yeah, and that's a big thing at Superspeedways, because it's, you don't see it, and then it's there, and then everybody has to stop, and it gets interesting coming under the yellows here.
Well, we'll see if we can get somebody up in the booth with to talk to here in just a minute or two as they catch up to the pace car here. Of course, you know, this is going to change things up. You know, them 4 guys were pulling away from the field, and you know, now with the competition yellow coming out, you know, that gives all these other guys a chance to maybe pull out a win here tonight.
Yeah, it'll give a lot of people that are still on the lead lap, and I believe if they do come to pit, I think it's the leader has to pit, and then Andrew Cardinelli would be the lucky dog in that case, so he would go around and get back on the lead lap. So basically, out of that top four, he still have on the lead lap would be Craig Lerman, Terry Mason, Ryan Broderick, and then Tyler Justice. So those are the guys that definitely still have a shot at it, and we saw they were working together earlier. And then possibly Andrew Cardinelli here, if he does get the lucky dog.
Yes, sir. I do not think they are allowed to pit, are they? I think pit road is closed, right?
I'm not 100% certain. Normally when we run the races at the stage breaks, it's free game to do what you want. I don't know if there are special rules that apply for this or not. I was not really too well informed on this, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see if people come down or not. It looks like they are.
Looks like they are, so it looks like it's not closed. So I believe it was closed at around, you know, it was closed before the caution came out. I think that's the way they did that, folks. So, you know, it's a little different than what I'm used to, but, you know, it changes things up. It makes the races go accordingly. Of course, Andrew Carnelli will get the wave by. He will get his lap back. So he will be back on the lead lap. Maybe he can get somebody behind him to push him, maybe push him to the win. Jared Beasley will be, you know, the first car a lap down right now as they get lined back up. Of course, some of these guys I'm sure that have damage will pit, but we will we'll get somebody up here in the booth as they, you know, come back out on track. I don't want to disturb them while they're on pit road. That's just something that I hate doing. I'm sure you've been there.
Yeah, it gets interesting, especially with the new pit crews. Not everybody's used to them yet, so it gets a little hairy down sometimes, and especially someone trying to talk in your ear at the same time. It could be pretty difficult.
Yes, it can. All right, folks, we're gonna see if we can get somebody up here to talk to, and we're gonna get. How about we get Craig Lerman up here? Let's see if we can get Craig up here real quick.
User
Craig
was
Lerman,
moved to
this is
your
Josh from
channel.
the booth, man. Get a copy?
Yeah, Joshua, how you doing, man?
Craig, I am doing just fine, man. Well, the competition caution come out. Of course, y'all have had, not the start I'm sure that y'all wanted, but, you know, no points on the line tonight. What's it going to take to get that 43 machine to victory lane tonight?
Going to be tough with this machine right now with the den up front, so we'd be happy with a top 5 at this point.
Well, you know, coming into the night, you know, everybody, you know, was fighting for position. You know, the start of the race caution came out. Of course, you know, I'm sure there was some words said that wasn't need to be said, but you know, y'all got it wound up, y'all got going, y'all got where y'all needed to be. You know, you stand right now currently in second place. You got the partner out there to help you maybe pull it out?
I got the 32 out there, so hopefully he'll work with me, and yeah, we'll give it a try.
All righty, Craig, we will let you get back to it, man. Good luck, and hopefully we'll see you in victory lane, man.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate everything you do.
All right, Craig, I sure do appreciate it. All righty, folks, that's Craig Lerman, and we're gonna see if we can move him back
User
down.
was moved out of your channel.
I hope I got him in the right room.
I can double check on that here real quick.
Let's see if I got him in the right room, please.
Yeah, I do believe so. I think you're good.
Alrighty, so that was Craig Lerman, currently in second place. We're going to see if we can get another one up here before they go green. How about that?
Yeah, I think we're coming up to the one to go here, so it's still a good chunk of time.
How about Tyler Justice? Is he in?
He should be, I think, MRM.
You want to talk to him?
Oh, sure.
Alright, I'll bring him up here and you can talk to him.
Okay.
User was moved to your channel.
Alright, Tyler's burning up in the booth. You got a copy with me?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Alrighty, so not quite the race I think you were probably anticipating coming in. How's it going tonight for you, though?
It was going all right until I hit the wall trying to top a message back to somebody, but that was my own fault there. So just had a little bit of damage there fixing the bits, but we got her fixed up, and now that we're back in the pack, I think we can get up here and do something with them.
Yeah, the truck overall feeling good now that you got that fixed?
Oh yeah, for sure. It feels like a new truck. It's all good. We only had a little bit to repair.
Alrighty, good to hear on that. Anybody you think you're gonna be working with tonight left? I saw Bruno. Unfortunately, he's a couple laps down. You think he'll be able to help you out there at all, or you got anybody else out there to help you push?
No, not really. I mean, he's only hitting like 150 by himself, so it's kind of hard for him to stay in the pack. But yeah, most of my teammates got knocked out here, so I'm gonna have to try to find someone to work with here. I know we got a lot of WFO drivers. They'll probably be working together, but once it gets closer to the end, everyone's gonna be fending for themselves. So I think we'll be all right here. Just gotta see what happens.
Alrighty, well the pace car lights are out, so I think we'll get you moved back down and get you ready for the restart here.
Alright, appreciate it.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alrighty, folks. Tyler Justice there. Gonna start back here, currently in 8th spot, but you know he needs some help. You know he needs some help getting up there. Of course, you know he was talking about Mike Bruno. You know, tough break for a lot of these guys. Just not the race they wanted.
Yeah, he's definitely got a long road ahead of him. Like he mentioned, there's a lot of people that are not really aligned with. They kind of have a little bit of a rivalry going along with each other, so I don't think he's going to get very much help here. So I think he may have to be a pusher rather than a puller.
Yes, sir. Of course, Ryan Broderick going to start. Going to lead these guys to the line. Craig Lerman going to be on his outside. The number 43 Coca-Cola machine.
Ready, green, 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 green.
Green flag is out. They are back. Green flag racing. They will have on lap 16. They will have 16 to go, folks. 16 to go. Going to see a lot of people jostling for position here later on. Number 85 of Zach Lindgren getting his nose up and underneath the 32 of Ryan Broderick, trying to push away from the field, but the number 96 of Jared Wishing right directly behind him, and then the 43 of Craig Lerman, who we talked to earlier, still trying to make his way up there.
Yeah, he's got the damage like you mentioned, and so he was a little bit slow off the start, and I do believe him and Ryan Broderick, neither of them did take any service there, so a little bit older tires and less fuel in the truck to put that spoiler down, so I think they'll have a little bit of difficult time in getting settled in, but so far he's maintaining the lead up front.
Yes, he is.
I think he's going to get past here at the line, though I think Lindgren beat him there.
Yeah, Lindgren did beat him. I get tongue-tied on his name.
Do see Andrew is getting a good break, though. Terry Mason is helping him push up there. I still think he's just maybe a little bit underpowered. He's not quite able to get there. Tyler Justice is going to slide up and maybe help pull him up a little bit. He's still falling back. I think it's not quite going to be enough for him.
Yes, he is, and of course we've got some blinking issues going up front here. Number 32 machine started blinking, just him, not everybody, just him. So it looks like he's got it wound down. No, he's still blinking again, so I'm not going to be able to stay on him. So we'll go to the number 85, who's just out on the outside of him as they come crossing the stripe here on 15 to go. Man, it's going to be a hard-fought race. Zach Lundgren has led 26 laps so far, so he has led the most laps this evening at this race. Jared Wilson has not yet led a lap. I mean, Jared, he's been up front pretty much this whole race and still has yet to lead a lap. So, but all that matters is leading that last lap. You know, that's what all that matters.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely been doing his part though as a team player here, helping push people around. He's been top 5 for a good chunk of the race, so I think he'll definitely be one to watch out making moves the last couple laps, see if he can get himself a victory.
Yes, sir. And of course, you know, starting, I believe it's February 19th is when y'all's Daytona race is actually, correct?
I do believe that date is correct, but yeah, we'll have a little bit of qualifying in that to get through here. That's what next week's going to be for, but then yeah, the show begins in just a couple of weeks, though.
February 19th will be the sim spec. Will actually be the start of the points races.
Yeah,
so, that'll be the start of the season, and everything will get kicked off then. Of course, I will be actually on call for that race that night, and then after that, Andrew Cardinelli will be calling the rest of those, and unless something comes up, then I'll step in and help out. But you know, for right now, it's going to be me doing this race, and then the next race, and then Andrew Cardinelli going to be calling the rest. But you know, it's been an honor being up here in the booth. Been an honor having you up here, Brendan. But of course, they still ain't done here. They got 12 laps to go.
Yeah, definitely. Lindgren has reassumed the lead rightfully here. He did pull in front of Ryan Broderick, got past him on the high side there. So Spence, he is having a little bit of blinking issues. There is a ruling in our rule book. If the blinking does become a serious enough issue, they will ask you to move to the back of the pack there, and possibly even the back of the field. be a tough break for him, but it's just a policy in place just to kind of help with the racing, because especially here at a super speedway, it's tough to deal with a blinker. And I think that that call has been made as he split him down the middle 3 wide now. He's going to shuffle to the back of that pack. Yeah, some lap trip. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. You know, the blinking issues can cause a problem, you know, for anybody that's out on the track. You know, that's a good policy to have, but it also can hurt you in the long run. You know, if you're leading a race and then come to find out, you know, you're blinking so bad that you have to move back, man, that's got to be disappointing. But it is in play for the safety of everyone.
Yeah, it's just something. You'd suck to see the rest of these guys to get taken out in an event like that. So it's just the better of the whole race field is how it works, unfortunately. So it's a tough break for him, but like I said, it promotes a better final race, I think, that way.
Yes, sir, you are correct on that. Of course, Zach Lundgren still in command here, the number 85 machine. Jared Wishing in second, and the number 96 pushing the daylights out of him. I mean, he's not giving him really any air behind him. Of course, 96 getting squared a little bit, getting near that double yellow line. Not a place you want to be, doing 190 miles an hour, one slip, and you're going to end up spinning. Not only probably taking yourself out, but the other cars around you out, and that's not something I'm sure Jared wants to do. But he got a line back out, and you know he's still right behind and pushing the daylights out of Spence Thomas in the number 89, coming onto the outside with the number 51 of Bradley Wilson. Going to be pushing him. Of course, they're going to be coming to 8 to go at the line. I see them going 3 wide here pretty shortly. What about you?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's quite the move yet. The only issue with going 3 wide here is there's really a group of 4 here. Tyler Justice has fallen back a little bit. I think he will get sucked back up here before too long. The only issue going 3 wide is if you don't have any help, you won't really make it very far. There's only so much side draft you can pull. There's actually a lot of lap traffic coming in. We got 3 trucks basically nose to tail coming up. Looks like everybody's doing their part to get down below the apron.
Yeah, you know, you definitely want to have help. You know, Tyler Justice being back here pretty much all by himself. Of course, if he is still in the draft window. You know, he's only about 0.2 seconds behind. You know, these guys up front, you know, Bradley Wilson and the number 51, or the number 51 of Bradley Wilson and the number 96 of Jared Wishing. So, you know, if he can just get his nose up there and just get some of that draft, you know, he does have some of it, but he's going to have to get more of it. And, you know, it's not looking like Tyler's going to be able to catch up to unless the car behind him can push him.
Yeah, definitely not. It may have been almost a little bit of a strategy play to let these guys figure out what they want to do and to have him just keep the momentum up there and get slingshotted up front if something goes wrong. It's a possibility. He does still have a little bit of damage left. I don't think that's hurting him too bad. We saw him stay with the pack pretty well. But as he mentioned earlier, just about everybody up there in that top 4 not really they're not really aligned with each other, so I think he's just doing his part to stay back there and hopefully try and make a move for the win.
Yes, sir, you are correctly. Of course, you know, I know I've been up front most of this race, so we're going to go back in the field a little ways, going back to 8th. We'll start with 6th place, currently right now, Ryan Broderick. Excuse me, folks. He has led 5 laps. He is currently being pushed by the number 22 of Andrew Cardinelli and Craig Lerman in the Coca-Cola machine. Number 43 directly behind him. A little bit further back, Terry Mason has no one around him. He is just cruising along, just wanting to finish. So tough break for Terry. A little bit further back, Jared Beasley getting looks like a lap down as the leaders pass. And then David Levine, the number 59. Tough break for him as well in the 59 machine. Mike Bruno has also nobody to help him. You know, he's not up to top speed with the damage that he's got. Gordon Larson Jr. has some heavy damage as well. But, you know, never give up. These guys are just wanting to finish the race, which is, you know, an amazing thing just to finish. We know how tough Daytona and Talladega can be. I mean, look at Jason Alexander's car. Not even giving up. You know, he knows he's got some damage, but he's not giving up. He's still out there pulling some laps and just wanting to finish. You know, and kudos to the number 5 of Jason Alexander and all these guys out here still pushing it. But back up front, Zach Lindgren led 34 laps so far. He's led the most laps, and I don't believe anybody can top it, so he will probably clinch the most laps led tonight. Spence Thompson, called him Thomas. I knew I was going to do that sooner or later. Thompson has led 14 laps, and then Ryan Broderick has led 5, and Jason Alexander has led 1 lap, so Jason Alexander did lead a lap.
Yeah. May have been under the yellow, the first yellow. May have to correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but tough break for him.
Yes, it is. You know these guys a lot better than I do. I mean, what's it like, you know, week after week as they come to the stripe here in just a couple of turns to make it 3 to go? How is it week in and week out racing with these guys?
It's really a lot of fun. There's a lot of people. It's kind of split 2 ways on how you align yourself in here, but if either way you go, there's a lot of people that are on your side. It's a blast. And it's not just racing. Oh, then 89 goes around the 85 in the wall, and the 51.
Caution somewhere, caution.
A big incident. Almost all 4 collected there. Bradley
Wow,
Wilson, the 51.
Yeah, we're going to go back and take a look at that real quick. I am on Zach Lindgren, so we're going to go back and take a look at that, folks. That is probably not what they wanted, but, you know, it happened, and it happened probably not at the right time. Of course, they're not going to be able to finish the race. So, yeah, it will finish under caution. But as we go back and take a look at this, to see exactly what happened, of course, you've got Zach in front, the number 96 following him. Of course, it blinks out on my end, and I don't know why, but it does. And 89 up high behind him as they come around to the stripe. And it looks like just you know, a little bit of, might have been a little bit of that code caused that, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not an admin, so I'm sure they'll go back and take a look at that. But this is not a points race, but that will wrap it up, and I'm sure that will end up in the race right there. So I don't think they will. Nope, they will not go back green flag racing.
Yeah. That means the 51 will be your race winner. I don't think he took anywhere near this substantial enough damage that it's going to stop the truck from making it the rest of the way. So kind of interesting. The guy who sponsored the race is going to win it. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, I got to talking to Bradley earlier, and you know, I hope everybody out there enjoyed the stream tonight. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how many we had watching. Of course, there was a lot of races going on tonight on MaxSpeedTV. I know there was at least 2. There was mine and another one. So you know, we're busy over here too. So you know.
Yeah.
But you know, Bradley Wilson, you know, everybody over here at the Monday Night Thunder Championship Series giving me the opportunity to broadcast these 2 races, and I hope for more. Hopefully I'll have my cameras and stuff all worked out. Before those, I'm going to end up practicing some more with the cameras, maybe try to get them to load more, and you know, just get a little bit better at this broadcasting thing. Now that I've got 3 screens, you know, it shouldn't be no problem. But we'll let these guys finish up the race real quick, because they will not get back going green. And it looks like Bradley Wilson will be coming home with the win. Spence Thompson in second, and Tyler Justice in the number
white flag, nice and smooth.
I have him in third.
Yeah, it did just update it at the line there, yeah.
Alrighty, so that will be your top 3. We will let these guys finish the race up, and then we will we'll slowly get these guys up here and interview them real quick, and then we will we'll get out of here. But right now, folks, it's probably not the finish that they wanted. I'm sure they wanted to go green flag racing, but like I said earlier, and like Brendan said earlier, there is no points on the line. This was just a kind of a get-together, race for fun type of race. Of course, I'm sure they're serious down there on the track.
Yeah, it's this is where we started to really get a little more serious. We had some off-season races where you kind of had some fun, enjoyed yourself, and we kind of just started building up the how serious you get, because obviously now we're 2 weeks away from regular season racing here. So it was probably pretty serious here. It just fortunately looks like Netcode a couple of times got it, and in some other cases, just some people fighting for the same real estate. So
Yeah, fighting for real estate usually ends up causing a wreck. Of course, netcode, it looked like, played a role in some of those, some of those wrecks. Of course, I'm sure the admins and the league owner will go back and take a look at that, and figure out exactly what happened. But the number 51 of Bradley Wilson in the SimSpec
Checker flag.
looks like he will come home with the win because well, they're under caution. He's out front. So congratulations to Bradley Wilson on the win. 89 of Spence Thompson, and Tyler Justice will be coming home third. So we will get these guys up here, and we'll interview them. And
Checker flag.
how about that?
alrighty, sounds good.
Alrighty, folks. So we're gonna start with Tyler Justice. Be the number 7.
User
Tyler
was moved
Justice,
to your
this is Josh
channel.
from the booth. Got a copy? Tyler?
We spoke with him earlier. May just be muted.
He might not want to talk. Alrighty, folks. Well, we'll give Tyler just a second and see if maybe he'll want
User
to
was
be
moved out of your
interviewed.
channel.
So, in the meantime, we'll get Spence up here since he came in second. We'll get Spence Thompson up here and give him an interview. You want to interview Spence?
Sure.
Alright, we'll get Spence up here.
User
Go
was
ahead.
moved to your channel.
Hey, Spence, Brendan up in the booth. You got a copy with us?
Yes, sir, Brandon. Got you.
Alrighty, well, second place for you tonight. How does that feel?
I do. I'm gonna tell you what, man. Freaking, it feels just awesome. I mean, it was a little bit crazy situation that happened at the end right there at the 96th, though, man. But I'm gonna tell you what, dude. I can't be more prouder of this whole WFO team, dude. Came in here with such optimism, hoping that we could be able to, pull off a good run for these guys here tonight on the truck here tonight, because we got the new sponsors on. We wanted to make sure we gave a good first impression for them. Couldn't be happier for my team owner, Brad Wilson, man. I'll tell you what, it's been a long time coming for him as well. I mean, we wanted this one bad as well. We were racing our teammate Zach as well at the end, but yeah, man, I just can't thank these guys enough, dude. I want to just thank, hopefully I can pronounce this sponsor right, Savega Naturals, that came on board at the off season. We were able to sign them to hopefully a multi-year deal here. We got this year at least covered though with them. Thankful that they've come on board for this season for this WFO Motorsports team, for this 89 crew, and can't thank them enough, and I hope they're happy with our performance tonight as well. Couldn't be happier.
Alrighty, that's good to hear. You pretty much conducted your whole interview there by yourself. So maybe back a little bit to the racing on there. It's overall we see a lot up front tonight. Obviously working around with your teammates Zach and Bradley there, so I'd say good performance out of you guys. Definitely able to keep the 3 of you in the top 4 to finish it out. Unfortunately, Zach having some issues there at the end with some motor troubles, but overall I think it was a good finish for you guys.
Oh, it definitely was, man. It was definitely exciting at the end right there for sure. I mean, the attrition definitely took its effect here tonight, but definitely turned it into something that we didn't expect here tonight. We thought we were going to have a lot of contenders at the end and be able to have a good run near the end of the race right there, but attrition definitely took its toll tonight in this field though. But hopefully we can repeat the success next week when we actually start doing the points racing though. So like I said, just gotta give a big lastly, just gonna give a big congrats to my team owner Bradley Wilson, man. I mean, like I said, it was a long time coming for him, and hopefully we can have this whole WFO organization just have some continued success this whole season.
Yeah, well, I think we can go ahead and congratulate you again on the second place, and I think we'll get you moving back down here now.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Spence. It was awesome watching y'all race, man. I enjoyed calling it.
Appreciate you guys coming on board as well.
All right, we'll get you down here and get Bradley up here. It looks like he's got his mic muted, but we'll get him.
User was
here.
moved out of your channel.
All right, we'll get Bradley up here real quick. The winner coming home with the win tonight, like we were saying, Bradley Wilson. We'll interview him real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Alrighty, folks. So,
User was moved to your
Bradley,
channel.
You got a copy?
Sorry about that. Had the mic muted.
Hey, Bradley. Well, congratulations on the win tonight, man. I know the points wasn't on the line tonight, but it was a fantastic race. Of course, not the start you wanted, I'm sure, but it was very interesting, and I really enjoyed it. Congratulations on your win. What'd you think about the whole race, man?
Man, I'm telling you, first off, hats off to the spotter Robbie Buckner tonight. I mean, like I said, lap 1, I thought we were junk, and Robbie kept me cool, kept me calm, just, told me to hang in there, keep doing what we were doing, keep digging, not give up the fight, and man, this is awesome. It's been a long time coming. I've come close at Daytona, just never really had the luck at the end, and tonight it was on our side.
Well, it sure was. I mean, I know you had a couple of cautions. Of course, a lot of there was some net coating going on, I'm sure, down there. Of course, I was having, I guess, some issues on my end. Everybody was blinking out, but I believe that was me. And of course, I had some technical difficulties at the start. My OBS wouldn't detect iRacing for some reason. It would be all black screen. But we got it all figured out and got the whole race on. So. Congratulations on that. Now, what was the? I didn't understand. If you could explain the whole competition yellow. It was I didn't fully understand the pit on that. I thought pit road was closed.
No, it was closed on lap 38, 2 laps before the competition caution, and then it opens up for the competition caution. That's just a way to split it up and make it a shootout at the end.
Okay, all right. So that's I'm sure that was very interesting. I thought it was closed during the caution, but that was my bad. I'm glad you explained it to me, and of course we'll get all this figured out before the next race. You want to explain y'all's next race coming up on the 19th, Bradley, since you're in here?
Yeah, sure. The 19th, we're actually gonna run it like the Daytona format. Next Sunday night will be single car qualifying for the truck series. We usually run super late models, but on Sunday night we're going to run single car qualifying, and then on Monday night we're going to run our 2 duels to set the inside and outside row from row 2 back. Of course, your pole sitter from single car qualifying and second place will start on the front row respectively. But and then we're going to run duels, and then it'll be time to go racing for the 250.
Yes, sir. The SimSpec 250, which will be also broadcasted live on MaxSpeedTV.com. Appreciate the opportunity, Bradley, for bringing me on board with these events, and hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast tonight when you go back and watch it. Like I said, I had some issues going on. Of course, the cameras would not load properly, but we got it. We got it taken care of. But we'll make sure we'll get that. Get that all taken care of before the next race going on. But is there anybody you want to thank, give a shout out to, Bradley, for the league or anything before we let you go?
Oh yeah, first and foremost, I got to thank Hancock, Oil Can Hancocks, for being on the truck. SimSpec, they come on board for going to be 4 races this year. This will be the truck we run in those 4 races. Can't thank them enough. Also, we picked up a new sponsor over the off season. Got to give a shout out to DiscountShopTowels.com. You can check them out at www.DiscountShopTowels.com. We actually have a promo code over there. You can shop and get 5% off your purchase with promo code Thunder18. And also, can't forget my beautiful wife at BA Graphics who makes these things look good going around here.
All right, Bradley. All right. Well, thank you for the great opportunity to broadcast the races. Nice race tonight, and man, we'll see you live on MaxSpeedTV in 2 weeks, bud.
10-4, brother. I can't appreciate you enough for being up there, and we'll look forward to it.
All righty. Well, we'll get everything lined up. We'll get you out of here, and then we'll go down through the lineup to the results, and then we'll get out of here ourselves.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
User was moved out of your channel.
Got a message from Tyler, and if we want to do another interview, he's ready. And then it sounded like Andrew would like one too, if we could do one with him.
That's fine, yeah. We'll pull Tyler up here and Andrew. How about that?
Alrighty, that works.
User was moved to your channel.
Alrighty, Tyler. Well, we came away with the 3rd place tonight. How'd you feel about that?
It was all right. The race went up and down for me tonight, but came home with a third place finish. Not too bad. I got my damage fixed there and got back up with the lead pack, and was staying up with them pretty well, waiting to make a move at the end. And I don't know what the truck did. It felt like it lost a cylinder, to be honest with you, and we lost the draft and couldn't do with it nothing with it after that. But overall, it was a good race for us. Played strategy of sitting in the back and waiting for all the wrecks to happen. We cleared most of the big wrecks, so at least we got a third place finish out of it, and I'm happy with that. And we'll move on.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of teamwork there with you and Beasley to kind of maybe give you something a little bit towards the pack, but like you mentioned, just not enough for it there, which may have played out in your favor there. It's a big wreck with the lead four there, so had you been in the back of that, you may not even finished in third tonight, so that may have played in your favor some.
Yeah, it definitely did. We were looking at fifth or sixth place finish there if they wouldn't have got into it. But yeah, me and Jared tried to hook up there, try to make something out of it, but it just wasn't working. So I guess we'll try again next week.
Yeah, well, I'll give you an opportunity here if you want to shout out any sponsors, anybody helps you put on the show, anything like that.
Yes, sir. I want to thank my sponsor, SimSpec, for being on the car as always. They do a great job. Ken and John, they always do a lot for the league. And I want to thank Bradley for putting this league on, and congrats to him on the win tonight. And I want to thank you guys in the booth. You did a great job tonight.
Alrighty, well, I think we'll get you moved back down and let you celebrate the third place finish tonight.
All right, appreciate it.
Means a lot, man.
Thank you, Joshua.
All right. The next up, we're gonna have which one was it? Andrew Cardinal.
Yep.
All righty, we'll bring Andrew up here. Tyler, we're gonna get you moved back down here too. I don't know what channel you were in.
MR.
All righty. We'll get you down here.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Joshua, man, got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, Andrew. Well, we're still live here. You know, you finished fifth place. Probably not the race you wanted, but how did it go down there for you, man?
No, it certainly wasn't what I wanted, but you know, on the start, I just want to address that first. Apologies to everyone out there. I'm pretty embarrassed what happened. Slow getting it in third. Basically, I got to fix the potentiometer on my Logitech shifter. Don't want to mouth them too bad, but I've had issues with that shifter for a while, so I got to fix the potentiometer. With that, I was hoping I still had the power to try and compete if I had the draft, so I switched to paddles, and I just didn't have anything with the truck after that. But I was slow getting into third. When I tried to put it in fourth, Brad was just already on me, and he had nowhere to go. And then by the time we were on the apron, Broderick and I was trying to pump the brakes, and I got the wrong pedal at first, and so it took me a second to actually get the brakes. It was just an all-out mess, and kind of panic set in, and that's why I couldn't find the pedal. And I just ended up on the clutch for a second, pumping the clutch, and of course, that's not going to stop the car. So just, you know, completely my bad. Maybe if I'd actually got it wound down on the apron, and if Broderick had been able to keep it off the banking down there, maybe it would have been a little better. But you know, it comes down to me. I screwed up, and you know, it is what it is. But from there, you know, we were just trying to hang into it. For a while, I was working with Terry Mason. Gotta thank WFO and Riot a ton for working with DCI. It's going to be a pleasure watching my drivers at DCI work with them all season. And yeah, just tried to hang with it. One of the restarts, I think it was about lap 20-ish. I don't know if you caught it, Josh, but man, I was sideways as heck. I got hit from the 43 just trying to hold in the line. It seemed like he didn't want to hold in the line for anything. I don't know what was up there, but it seemed like he didn't want to actually try and use the draft. So he ended up trying to find a way around me. I was trying to keep him behind him, basically say without saying it, stay behind me, let's work together and try and hang with the draft. And he ended up just getting me in the corner, got me all sideways. I never lifted, but somehow I got it back on the track and kept going. Then from there, it was just really uneventful for the 22 five-star drafting machine. Got to thank Gale Toyota, obviously five-star drafting, Hamburg Auto, and guys at DCI for putting together a truck that maybe could have been good. It just wasn't meant to be.
Well, I did catch that. There was no caution on that, which was a little surprising that they didn't throw a caution because she was sideways. I caught, somebody going sideways. Didn't know exactly who it was at the time, but I figured it was either you or somebody else because once you lose the draft here at Daytona, of course, we was talking about this earlier, Andrew, and of course, me and Brendan talked about it on the stream. Daytona and Talladega, it's all about teamwork. You've got to find somebody that's willing to work with you, and you work with them. Of course, when it comes down to 15, 10 laps to go, all that's really thrown out the window. You're really just wanting for the win, but. Y'all did put on a pretty good show for the 60 laps. Of course, it was not a points race. That. Of course, going into the 19th. We'll be starting the points race. You want to talk about that any?
Yeah, I won't actually be in the 22 truck this season. Kenny Yance, son of league administrator and big time sponsor in cahoots there with John Barron, but son of Ken Yance, who's spearheading a lot of what's going on in the NMNTS in 2018, at least in the truck series, will be taking hold of really the whole thing. His son Kenny Yance will be in the 22 truck. And then our number 61 that Brennan vacated to help me with broadcasting over on PSI TV the rest of the season is going to be left open to whoever we can fit in there pretty much. So we might get some just odd names in there, but Kenny Yance is going to be taking the helm of this 22, and it's with great honor that I turn it over to him. I'm pretty proud to be turning it over to a guy with a big name in this series at this point. And he's got real racing experience, so hopefully that translates into good things here in the 22. We're going to be giving him the best thing he's got. You'll see a reverse of the paint scheme that I'm in right now, if you can pull it up on the stream. I don't know if you have it up there now, but I'm still sitting in the tri-oval. It'll be a reverse of this. It'll be 5-star drafting on that number 22, so look for him to get his feet wet with us at Daytona. I'll be watching from a hotel room in Orlando, Florida, and just trying to cheer these guys on as best as I can. So I'll be hanging out in the chat of your stream, so that'll be pretty cool. But also just got a tip of the hat, like I said, to the WFO and Riot guys. It's going to be, I don't know if Brennan clarified the teams or whatnot, but the 75, 27, Terry Mason and Trevor Harmon, and then the 13, Andy Hart, the 16 of Ron Miller, and WFO guys. I'm sure you can kind of pick them out to a point. Was the 85 of Zach and the 89 of Spence and the 51 of Bradley, and then Robbie in there as well. And I think they're going to help us get on our feet. DCI is a first-time operation in any regards, and we're going to rely on them heavily, even if we're Toyotas and they're Chevys. So as far as watching that points race on Monday in a couple weeks, just watch for that 22, watch for WFO and Riot. I really do think they're going to have a lock on this thing. Last year, I ended up winning the points race here, and Spence won the Sunday night race there, and I think it was Robbie that won the Tuesday race. So, it was a complete WFO sweep pretty much, or at least a WFO affiliate sweep. So, I really got to say, watch the WFO trucks. That's my suggestion. Obviously, you got to watch the Evil Outlaw guys as well. Guys like, I can't even think, Tyler Justice, Mike Bruno, and Judd Beasley. They'll be hot in that race too. But I really got to point everyone's eyes to the WFO Riot and DCI guys. I think they'll have it on lock. Also got to keep in mind we'll have Ryan Daniels there, and yeah, it's going to be something.
Well, alrighty, Andrew. It was good to have you on board. It was an honor to be in the booth with you earlier for the icebreaker, or for the last chance qualifier. This was the icebreaker, of course. You'll be on call after the 19th.
So, but you're welcome to come up anytime.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna let you go, Andrew. And congratulations. Probably not the best finish you wanted, but still a top 5. I'm sure you'll take it.
I'll take this top 5, hand it off to Kenny after tonight, and see what he can do with it.
Well, alrighty there. We'll let you get to it and go celebrate 5th. Go celebrate the top 5, Andrew, and then we're gonna go down through the results real quick, and we're gonna get out of here ourselves.
Sounds great, guys. Thanks for covering for me this week and next, or in a couple weeks.
Alrighty, it's not a problem, Andrew. It's an honor to cover it. Actually, I'm thrilled. Actually, hopefully I have everything lined out beforehand.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, you're welcome to come back. I enjoyed earlier, and I think you'll enjoy the rest of the season with these guys if you're able to come back in any regard.
Alrighty, all right. Well, we'll let you get to it, Andrew. Good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
User left your channel.
Well, alrighty, folks. All right. Well, congratulations to Bradley Wilson for bringing it home into victory lane tonight. He will bring it home in first place. Spence Thompson in second. Tyler Justice in third. Zach Lindgren in fourth. He actually, I believe, Zach did lead the most laps with 36. So congratulations for Zach for leading the most laps. Andrew Cardinelli bringing it home in fifth. Craig Lerman in sixth. Ryan Broderick in seventh. Terry Mason in eighth. Jared Wishon in ninth. And Jared Beasley in 10th place. Brendan?
Alrighty. Finishing 11th tonight was David Levine, followed by Gordon Larson in 12th. And Mike Bruno came home 13th. 14th going to Jason Alexander. The 15th going to David Heiza. 16th, Jackson Allen. And 17th was Matthew Wilsenbach. And then Aiden Young finished 18th. And rounding out the field, 19th was Blake Flown.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that'll wrap it up here for the Monday Night Thunder Championship Series for the Icebreaker. We will be back here live on MaxSpeedTV with these guys on the 19th of February for the first race for the points. Be a points race here at Daytona, and they will be doing 100 laps then. So if it's your first time here on MaxSpeedTV, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time. Of course, if you've liked it, of course, like the stream. I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but we got them lined out. Congratulations again to Bradley Wilson for bringing it home into victory lane tonight. We'll get him down here. Wins at Daytona International Speedway. So that'll wrap it up here, folks, for the for MaxSpeedTV, and we hope to see you next time here live for the SimSpec Monday Night Thunder Championship Series. So stay safe and